So this grown-ass woman, who is older than me, who is in love with Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps, to the point where she says him not talking to her, not acknowledging her, is somehow comparable to the Me Too movement, is now harassing a man who just told the world his mother just got diagnosed with cancer, and also somehow thinks I'm Susie Burhow, which obviously that is true. Subscribe to my channels, Kitty Cat Gaming, Mortimer with an E, or I mean a 3, and I don't know. Buy my bug things, because I'm Susie. It makes perfect, total sense. I hope you guys packed your bathing suits, because we're about to get dick deep in some crazy. Hey guys, it's Shannon, and today we are going to be talking about Katie, aka the grown-ass adult woman who rejected Aaron Hansen years and years and years ago, before he founded Game Grumps, all the way back in high school, who is now, at the age of who the fuck knows, is obsessed with him. It's a lot. It's quite a bit. It's frankly too much. And I thought, after I did my first video, that would be it. That I wouldn't need to make a follow-up. I wouldn't need to talk about this again. I thought it was a one-off whoopsie-doodle who-way. I don't know. I don't know if that was just me being foolish, or if I'm just perhaps the dumbest person walking the planet, but I thought, after I made my first video, I would hang up my hat for good on this subject, and it wouldn't get any weirder. It couldn't possibly get any weirder. But once I was out, they managed to pull me back in. Those damn fucking bastards. Also, this video is brought to you by my Patreon. Yes, once again, I'm doing an ad read for my damn self. Lately, YouTube has been incredibly finicky with my channel, and my videos upon upload are auto demonetized, and then it takes a couple days for them to be monetized, and it's a whole big hoopla. So if you feel inclined to, if you have money to spare, check me out on Patreon for $1 a month. That way you see all my videos days before they go up, deals on my merch, and I don't know, you get to hang out with me on a different platform. And I guess it's special. And now back to this bonkers ass, weird ass woman who literally thinks I am a whole ass internet celebrity, also paparazzi, also every person on Game Grumps, and also being paid by them. Which, fun fact, pay me Game Grumps, please. Pay me anyone, please. Money. Money me.
Give me money. Money me. Money now. Me a money needing a lot now.
That was Charlie's line. Yeah.
If you guys don't know what in the fuckity fuck I am talking about, I am going to link the original video I did in the description down below, in the pinned comment, and in the iBar right now. Unless I don't know, except I don't know how to do the iBar thing. I'll have to figure it out. But I really want to get more ad revenue, and I feel like if I put that shit in front of you guys enough times, you will be peer pressured into pressing it. But in all seriousness, I talked about Katie, went in depth in my last video, and if you want to get the full bare-ass context of this situation, you should watch that first. Because it includes highlights such as her saying the Game Grumps wouldn't have existed if she had not rejected Aaron Hansen, her telling Aaron to dump Susie and fuck her instead, and my personal favorite, her responding to photos of Aaron and Susie together by passive-aggressively saying that they wouldn't be together had she taken Aaron Hansen to Pound Town. All of those things actually happened. Also, there was that time where she demanded that Susie put her on Game Grumps and they have a show together so they could have a female version of Game Grumps, because that is something you do to someone you are also accusing of stalking and mimicking you. It is completely sane and completely rational. Again, that video that went in depth, that went over most everything, is going to be linked everywhere below, and no, everything I just listed is not all that happened. That's just a tip into the dick of insanity. So after I put out that video, which, let's be real, is a masterpiece akin to Da Vinci and Gustav Klimt, a couple of things happened. First off, Katie, the subject of the video, was alerted to the video's existence when she gained 300 followers overnight on Twitter, all responding to her questionable posts directed towards Aaron Hansen and his wife. Also, the ones about her wanting to bang Danny Sexbane and Aaron, which is a move. She was made aware of that video and watched it, and after she watched it the first time, she seemed to enjoy the video quite a bit, seeing as this is what she tweeted out after seeing it. Just watch the video. It's not that bad, lol. A lot of stuff like my tweets and posts are taken out of context, but the author isn't like calling me names or being abusive or anything. I am bonkers with giant balls. Welcome to being a Sagittarius. Example, things like saying Game Grumps wouldn't exist had I gotten with Aaron was meant as he probably wouldn't have pursued fame had we been together because I want a quiet life. And it seems like they interpreted a lot of the things that I said the opposite way that I intended. Now, I don't know, man. I kind of read your own words out loud, plain as day, and you literally said, without you rejecting Aaron, Game Grumps wouldn't exist, and you ended that shit with you saying, so I guess you're welcome. But there's a silver lining. Had I not turned him down, he and Susie wouldn't be together as they are. Slash, Game Grumps definitely wouldn't exist. So in a weird, abstract, butterfly effect sort of way, you're welcome. You're welcome, like, what? You literally took credit for having the Game Grumps happen and congratulated yourself with that. You shook hands like you made a business deal with that. So much so that I had a near conniption fit when I read it out for the first time, because that is pure, unadulterated, bonkers energy. But sure, let's pretend that I took that out of context and didn't just read your full ass statement out loud and you didn't mean it like that. When you did, let's all just lie. They could have asked me beforehand for facts or to elaborate, but not everyone understands journalistic integrity. I'm not pissed. I have no real problem with the video. If anything, their drawing attention to me will be a deterrent from Susie still copying my content. Also, if the author ever sees this, I went to school with Tyler Gable. LOL, how crazy is that? Small world. Tell him hi if you ever see him. She even DM'd me that last part too, before she blocked me and shit kicked off. Even though, fun fact, I don't think this even needs to be said, we don't know the same Tyler Gable, seeing as he would be a lot of years younger than her and never left San Jose, California, and was in my 6th grade class. But okay, sure. I don't want to shock you guys too much. I don't want to freak you out, but I just need to say this right up front because I'm getting a lot of comments about it. I'm actually not a journalist. I don't know where anyone got that idea. I know it's shocking, seeing as my last upload at the time of recording was how my ex sold photos of my feet and made bank without me knowing, but I make videos online because I'm a dumbass. That's the whole reason I got into doing this. So that's the reason I have no integrity, journalistic or not. I was just born without it. But again, she watched the video, she liked the video, and she thought the video was going to be helpful in her cause of showing how Susie Burhow, a member of a successful online company as well as the head of multiple brands, was copying her, a woman who has posted a grand total of 3 selfies in the past year. But that is, of course, the real story here, isn't it? It's not about Katie. It never was about Katie. It was all about Susie and how she is quite obviously stealing everything in Katie's life. And because Susie is an online active human person who does things publicly, we can see these examples of her blatantly copying Katie. There's proof, there's evidence, cold hard factual evidence. In fact, Katie was kind enough to make a slight infographic about this, which shows just how much Susie has copied her. I mean, it's not like everyone in the history of the world loves the scary stories to tell in the dark books. It's not like I also own them and therefore I'm copying Susie. Or takes pictures of candy on Halloween. Or loves glittery things like notebooks and takes photos of their shadow on the sidewalk. That is something all new and original and unique to Katie. And this infographic, it proves that Susie stole all of it. And not to mention stealing Aaron and telling Katie that she didn't want Aaron to talk to her. Even though Katie will full out say that she rejected him and was never interested in him, and therefore him not wanting to remain friends with her or keep her in his life because he was interested in her romantically, because he wanted to pursue other people and keeping her there would impede that, and that being normal is completely normal and rational and the absolute opposite of nice guying the situation. However, Katie wasn't the only person to reach out to me about the video. She wasn't the only one to sneak in my DMs and tell me a little tidbit about Tyler Gable. Actually, no, the next part isn't about Tyler Gable. In fact, it's from someone who works security at one of the Game Grumps live shows. And because they asked to remain anonymous, we are going to be referring to them as Anonymous. It's a very simple name thing. Anonymous was working at one of the many theaters that Game Grumps Lives has performed at and was shown a picture of Katie before the show. All the staff was giving a brief rundown about who Katie was, who she is, and was told not to let her into the building. And if anyone saw anyone who looked like her, could be her, and she got in, to immediately alert security because she was a stalker and they didn't want her here. According to Theater Show Anon, me calling her a stalker in my video, it isn't just a joke about her obsessive tweeting and her obsessive nature that has led her to become internet famous even before my video dropped. It's a real thing, and they are so worried about it, they informed security of her, and people who weren't working security were alerted to her. That says a lot. Like I mentioned earlier, like I mentioned before all that, Katie saw the video and initially said it was not abusive, it was fun, it was a good time, but that response only lasted a day. Literally one day after saying the video was harmless and fun and that she does in fact have the balls of a jacked up bull on ball enhancers, I guess, she was tweeting about how the video was in fact incendiary and passive-aggressive, and how I was victim-blaming in order to spread pro-Game Grump propaganda, which is a mouthful, and I had to record that 6 different times, and is maybe the most ridiculous thing I have ever said on this channel. And I've said a lot of bullshit. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, I thought this was going to be a one and done kind of thing. If anything, I thought that Katie would happen to see my video and she would realize maybe how ridiculous saying some of the things she's been saying online were. Like, I thought for sure me simply reading out her words as written, me not adding any fanfare, me just saying how it was straight up, would get her to see, wow, what I wrote was fucking bonkers and weird, and she's right, there is no reason to be doing this. Oopsie doodle. And then she could move on and stop doing it. But boy was I wrong. Because almost immediately, almost just like fucking like hours after the video dropped, she was back at it, talking about dear Aaron Hansen and how he was so very obsessed over her. He's probably going to check up on me throughout the years until one of us dies or else the internet collapses. He doesn't deserve to get to know I'm okay, especially not that every single day is a current chance to be decent. Why do you look at my page like this when you could easily be saying hi, double question mark, I miss you? Because you were in the palm of my hands for years and I did nothing. That's how you know it was real. It's okay. After 13 years, I realized I really am out of your league. When you understand kindness in action instead of fluffy words, you come find me. As always, bitch. It's been funny, her repeatedly letting me know how much power she gives me in her daily life, and at its core, how she really truly deeply cares about what I think. I wonder why. Like, I really do. It interests me. Okay, kiddos, here's the deal. Life is short. Ask that person out. Let them know. If they say no, respect it. It's not a lot, because they're not into you. Thus, they wouldn't be your partner you were hoping for. I don't know what that abbreviation means, but you are pining for someone who doesn't exist. Now, if you are anything like me, you might be losing your mind at the irony of those statements, because she is literally still pining for a guy who hasn't talked to her in years and bothering his wife and their business partners about it. So it's just a lot. It's a lot. And he respected her after she said no, and then he went on and moved on with his life. But now she's like, don't respect me that much, I guess. Aaron, you are getting swampier every day. Oh, cool. Aaron Hansen Shrek confirmed. Confirmed. If you want to be a role model, be a role model. I still don't get why you went with the sweet guy public image when you will constantly be apologizing throughout your career. Ego appeal, losing touch, getting gross. Wonder why my petty vindictive stalker is now being a ditto about more of my fave things after I hit her ego. You are slowly exposing yourself. And attached is a screenshot of what appears to be like an old 90s early 2000s chat room about someone liking French silk pie. Apparently Katie likes French silk pie, and Susie also apparently likes his pie. This is obviously blatant plagiarism of a person. This is stalking. We're locking her up. Absolutely no. 12 years in Azkaban for liking the same pie. It has been decided. Dedicated to every artful loser whose dick energy is too small to give credit to amuse, hack, sellout, insecure girls, nice guy, IP rapist. That's the joke, mini-me. It's about what I decide to give the world through you. So much power, all because I refused to fuck a narcissist, and his replacement couldn't get over that I had to be asked for or force everything that wasn't naturally given to me. Also, validation. Or maybe half the reason she's so gay for me is because I embody/stress the qualities from when she first fell in love that he would flagrantly parent when we were so close. When you made him cut me off, did you wonder where he went? But again, like she said before in her initial response to my video, none of that. She didn't mean any of that maliciously. Or like she was taking credit for their relationship or their marriage or the multiple companies that they have built together and the massive wealth that they have behind them. She just means that, Susie's insane and Aaron is a narcissist, and despite being married to Susie and not talking to Katie for literal years, Aaron is still obsessed with her for some reason. But not in a rude way. Like, that would be crazy. Not in a malicious way, in like the friendly way, the way you would say to someone you don't like entirely hate. Also, just as a reminder, I'm gonna flash this up on screen. This is how she thinks Susie is copying her, by posting #GymGoth and Katie posting a photo that says hippie goth. Are we all collectively screaming? Because I feel like collectively we're all screaming. Now, there is a lot more. A lot more. It took me over 3 hours to screenshot all of them, and these are all the things I was able to collect from since my video came out. And my video came out May 13th, May 20th. I don't know. It was around my birthday. So since May till now, That's not a long time. And the ones that I wasn't able to screenshot are the ones that my followers were able to get. And yes, at the end of this video, there are going to be a slideshow of them all because chronicling this disaster is apparently my lot in life. This is apparently what I'm good for and something I felt was necessary to do. However, for the sake of storytelling and getting the knowledge to the people who cannot stand to hear my voice for longer than they have to, she continued to go through and get mad at Aaron and Susie for a while, asking Aaron if he got a letter she sent him years after she was cut off by him and condemning Susie for telling Aaron to cut her off. And fun fact, neither of those cases that she thinks are so inflammatory are good enough causes for harassing someone and condemning their marriage to the fiery pits of hell. You see, if I was dating something and they were friends with someone who was bonkers enough to tweet things out, like a drawing that my boyfriend has made for me, and it's a portrait of me and my boyfriend, and tweet out that it was really about them because he included a bracelet in the drawing that he was wearing, I would be more than a little uncomfortable. If that person talked about how I was his second choice all the time and how he really wanted to be with me and he was always going to love her more, despite the fact that he had actively chosen me and was not with her and whatnot, I would have probably told them, hey, this bitch is crazy, I'm out unless you get rid of her, because I'm tired of the constant fucking bullshit she's spouting at me. And seeing as Aaron, who is a grown-ass man capable of making his own decision, ultimately chose to stay in the loving, healthy relationship rather than sit back and nice guy around waiting for you to, I don't know, be with him, and chose someone who loved him over you, I would say that's pretty much relatively normal. Him waiting on you hand and foot after you literally rejected him and choosing not to stay in the normal relationship, that would be weird. That's completely and utterly normal that he did that. And no matter how many times you say that it's mean, that he didn't want to remain friends with you, someone he previously had feelings for, that isn't actually weird or mean. That's healthy, that's normal, and that's the opposite of what nice guys do. And it's super obvious that Katie herself has moved on way past Aaron and holds absolutely no sexual or romantic desires towards him, especially now that he's an internet celebrity. It's super clear. If there's one thing we should get straight right off the bat, she totally and utterly doesn't want to suck his dick. Hey Aaron, when you guys get divorced, I wouldn't want to date you or anything, but let's fuck. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm the weird one here. Like, maybe I'm just, like, too odd and quirky. But, like, personally, when I am fully over someone and hate everything they've become and call them a narcissist and say they're stalking me, I don't also sit back and tweet them publicly and ask them to take me to ye old Pound Town. I don't do that. Like, it doesn't happen. Especially with someone I rejected. But who knows? Maybe I'm just, like, unique and quirky like that. Maybe it's one of those things. Maybe I'm not like other girls. But if there was one thing we can all collectively agree about Katie, it's the fact that she is incredibly, incredibly determined. So determined that shortly after Ross Donovan of Game Grumps spoke openly about how his mother was diagnosed with cancer and how he was dealing with that, she started obsessively tweeting at him, asking him to co-sign her bullshit. Oh, and don't worry, when Ross didn't respond to her tweets and Twitter shadow banned her from his replies because it assumed that her posting the same message over and over and over again was spam, she tweeted out that he was manipulative and evil, who didn't care about Roman's rights, who was abusive and just as bad as Aaron. She also compared him to Trump. And mind you, again, this was right after he found out about his mother's diagnosis and was asking for respect during that time. But don't worry, after a day after comparing him to Trump and someone calling her out, she deleted that tweet and posted this, alluding to the idea that Ross had somehow gotten her removed from Twitter because he is a wizard and apparently friends with someone at Twitter who can do wizarding act. When in reality, she was shadow banned because, again, she was spamming the same person over and over and over again with the same message over and over and over again, which is spam. She was spamming him. So they were like, let's remove the spam. It's not that hard to figure out. And if I stopped it here, if I stopped it at this point, I don't know, the video would be a lot shorter. But it continued. It keeps going. Because she did the same thing with Heidi and with Holly during the Pro Jared situation. Because why? Because she's a dick ass. I'm realizing more and more that the situation involving Egoraptor is actually slightly #MeToo. Nope. You rejecting someone and them choosing to no longer be friends with you and literally never talking to you again, and you getting a weird amount of, like, infamy online because you've consistently publicly tweeted and publicly tagged them in tweets about how you rejected them and are constantly, like, posting about them, tagging them, making up new hashtags that draw attention to you to the point where you are are blocked. That is not akin to the years and years of sexual misconduct that went on in the entertainment industry, that has gone on for years, that has spiraled, that has turned into Me Too. That is not even close. It's what your situation is not even close to being preyed upon by men who have a consistent amount of power over you and want to ruin your career if you don't do what they say. Because you have literally only been ignored, and your requests and demands for them to want to work with you, they have been ignored because of your conduct. I have gotten the emails that you have sent to certain people. I have copies of them because people have reached out. And what you have said and what you have done is terrible, and it's nowhere near the Me Too movement. This is where I get livid, because this is straight up so fucking stupid. I am realizing more and more that the situation involving Egoraptor is actually slightly #MeToo. Not that he ever groped me, impossible, or gave me an ultimatum, or did anything really close to being a part of the Me Too movement. Sorry, that was an ad-lib. But I have endured so much harassment and abuse simply because I was romantically rejected by him. He is truly just another rich white guy. I've already kind of explained why this is wrong. Why relating someone who is ignoring you and not talking to you and not putting any sort of pressure on you in their lives, like not doing any of that. Why relating someone who is ignoring you and not allowing you in their lives for years at a time so they can move on from someone who admittedly was not interested in the first place is not even remotely like any of the terrible bullshit that women in Hollywood have gone through. I've explained that. But something that really ultimately needs to be driven home here is that despite me being the only person to make a video about you, despite me doing that, the reason people know you and the reason I am making this video in the first place and made the video before in the first place is because of your action. You are incessantly tweeting on a public platform saying that Aaron and Susie and Game Grumps, all of it, everything would be nothing without you. And that is why you are where you are. That is why people know you. Fun fact, I didn't know that certain forums existed where they talked about you. I didn't know that. Now I do know that because you were famous before I found you. If anything, by never acknowledging you, Aaron and Susie straight up have been protecting you. You got yourself into this mess, and pretending that this is even close to the Me Too movement is garbage. Trash. Send them to the ranch. I'm done. Don't worry though, guys, because despite saying I'm done, that is not all, folks. After she posted that dumpster fire of a tweet, she also posted this, which is a private message between her and someone who was apparently a former fan of Game Grumps who messaged her. And usually I wouldn't read this out if someone was like, she sent me this private message, and I'd be like, okay, no, I'm not going to tweet it. She tweeted this out, and this is what she said. Aaron and Susie met in 2004 and began dating around 2006. I really don't know why she keeps saying that they met when she was 13. She was a month away from being 15 when they met. I knew Aaron before he and Susie had met, and we didn't even meet until 2003. 2002 for them is an impossibility. Also, May 2002, Susie would have been 12, so the math on that lie doesn't even add up. Now, if she had left it there, that would have been good. I wouldn't have read this out. That would have been peachy keen and utterly cool, because at the very least, we could all fact check and think, oh damn, when did they meet? And probably collectively decide that it really doesn't matter and none of us care that much. But she didn't. She couldn't leave it at a good point that wouldn't make her look absolutely radically friggin' bonkers. Instead, she continues by saying, again, she has a mental illness, and I think someone told me that she had a brain tumor, so who knows why she keeps saying that. Why really doesn't matter. Fact is fact, regardless of the motivation for misinformation. So this grown-ass adult woman is out here saying that Susie cannot be trusted because she's mentally ill, but not only that, is now claiming that she has a brain tumor and therefore shouldn't be trusted by anyone online. I just want you guys to think about that for like a couple of seconds, because it's a lot. It's a freaking shit ton. And that literally happened less than a month ago. At time of recording, she did that 9 days into the New Year's. January 9th, 2020. Less than a month ago. And I am shocked, stunned, gooped, and pooped. I literally can't with it. Katie has consistently harassed pretty much every single member of the Game Grumps, people who aren't affiliated with them in any way that she assumes are, and has called people who have ignored her presence for years rapists for not acknowledging her. Not to mention the fact that she has also called me a rapist for talking about her at all, despite the fact that she's tweeting these internet celebrities on a public platform and wants them to talk about her, but when I do it, nope, not okay, not good. She is a lot. She is a shit ton. And if anything, I kind of wish that she would realize, like, what she has done here. But I don't think she will. Because this shit is pink bonkers. The bonkiest of bonkers. Now, like I said in the beginning, middle, and end of this video, actually, I don't know if I said it at any part in this video because I'm literally being driven cuckoo bananas over here. here. But I spent 3 hours screenshotting pretty much everything that was used in this video, and the ones that I didn't were provided by fans. And there was a lot of stuff that I just didn't include, which is why the end is going to be a slideshow of all the screenshots of everything since May that has happened. So if you want to sit and watch that, go right ahead. I spent hours on this shit. I had people who were associated with this reaching out to me, sending me the emails, sending me stuff, and I don't know. I really don't. So if you want, enjoy the next slideshow, enjoy the festivities, if you will. Reach out to me on Patreon, check me out there if you want to support the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later. Bye.